I don't know how much stuff he can do if he loses.
A lot.
Really?
He still has power for 60. That's the problem. Is usually the last 60 days are a formality. The last 60 days are like, all right, do some house cleaning, get out of office, tie up some loose ends. Like it literally, like it's like, finish up and like get it ready for the next person
Now
to come
instead
in.
of housekeeping, it's like fucking barricade.
I would not be shocked. I don't know what he's gonna do, but like he still technically has power, so he can just sign executive orders for 60 straight days.
I feel bad because our audience probably has no idea who we're talking about right now.
Yeah, probably not.
Welcome to the podcast, you guys.
Who could we possibly be talking about?
So the election's been a nightmare.
It's been good.
I am sick of looking at the numbers that haven't changed.
They're just
all day.
And just
clicking refresh. And
Yeah.
like I'm fucking call it already.
Yeah, like,
God.
hurry up.
Hopefully by the time anyone's hearing this,
It's called
they will have known that Trump's pulled it out.
My God.
That would be someone said this to me. That would be the most 2020 fucking finish to this thing is he magically pulls it out.
Yeah, somehow just like
You go,
Nevada
good.
last minute. Fucking
Great.
flips
The
on
world's
us.
a dumpster fire still. That's good.
I love that. I don't know. I just like that almost half the country looked back and was like, no, we're better off than 2016.
Yeah, this seems fine. Yeah.
It's
my
been
God.
this last 4 years has been just nothing but improvements. Let's keep them in.
I don't see anything wrong. I know.
It's fun.
It's like someone with the check engine light on who's like, no.
Yeah. That's so accurate. America's just cruising with their check engine light on right now.
Yeah, it's right on E. The check engine light's on. They got
turn the volume up.
Yeah, they got a thing that says like low tire pressure. They go, I can't. It's probably not that low.
Oil pressure lights coming on.
No, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They tell you something's wrong, so you go get it fixed.
Yeah. Did you see
Like,
my
I'm not-
fun little Facebook status about that?
Yeah. Alex got into it with Facebook land about
Idiots.
whether mechanics rip people off.
Yeah.
And the consensus is sometimes they rip people off and sometimes they don't. From what I
Yeah.
could gather.
No, my point is most of the time they're just telling you what your maintenance is.
Yeah. Just happens to be an expensive thing. So everyone's like, you're just
bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because every guy, the reason I wrote is basically because I've started working back in automotives and basically people come in and then act like I'm lying to them.
I know.
And it's like, bro, what do you think I'm trying to do here?
You're trying to make more money from me. Like, dude, I do not make much money here.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you think is happening at fucking.
This is my shop. I'm Alex Lube, Mr. Lube. So
I am actually the Mr. Lube.
I'm the heir to the dipstick.
Just
so
not where I work, but I'm the heir to the dipstick. Yeah, I know. I was clarifying for the audience. Didn't want them going into Mr. Lube expecting to see me.
Don't go to Mr. Lube. It's one of the other ones.
Actually, don't go to Mr. Lube. It sucks. I worked there briefly, and they do suck.
Oh, yeah?
But only because, here's the thing, is the reason they suck isn't because they try and screw people out of money. It's because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, like, they just do a bad job of the stuff that you do need done.
Dude, I worked at Mr. Lube for legitimately an afternoon because I started and they're just like, okay, we're going to show you some stuff, but just wait there. And then they got busy and I just fucking stood there for like a few hours like, what? Like,
Oh my God.
and they're like, oh, you go take a test. So I
Yeah.
took some computer tests and then I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm not coming back. And they're like, no, you should. And I'm like, I don't know.
Nah, I quit. You can pay me my $30 or whatever.
I just stood there like,
Yeah, dude, their computer tests are so funny. It's such a joke.
yeah, it was some like ghetto old ass shit.
Yeah, it's stupid. The industry is a fun one, but I just want people to understand that, like, your car's expensive, dude. It's not going to be free to take care of it. Like,
Yeah.
it's the most expensive piece of machinery you will ever buy.
Yeah.
And you expect it to last you your whole life and never put a cent into it? Like, what are you talking
I
about?
do, yeah.
Like, these people are nuts. They're so
know.
crazy. This fucking guy rolled in. The reason this whole thing started, this guy rolls in and his oil's like black as fucking black can be and like a liter down. And he was like, I got my own oil, my own filter. It's in the trunk. Like, your guys' prices are outrageous. It's like, all right, go in the back, open the trunk. I was like, sir, this is not enough oil for your car. Nice. You didn't bring enough. And then he's like, oh, whatever, just fucking put in whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Go in the computer system, fucking open the thing, check out what weight oil is supposed to be. Type it all in the computer, put in like whatever, 1 liter of ours and 5 liters of his. And then I look at it and I'm like, you brought the wrong kind of oil. And he was like, put it in. It'll be fine.
Oh, beauty.
I was like, all right, yeah, like, sure, whatever. And then I go look and it's like super dark. It's burnt a liter of oil off since his last oil change. So he's probably gone like 20,000 K on an oil change is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, like you should flush your engine. He's like, no, what? He's like, that's ridiculous. No, strain it. Just do the oil change. It's like, all right. And I pull the dipstick out and it literally like looks like what my oil looks like when it's due for a change. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, there's the new oil. He's like, much cleaner. I was like, no, man, like, this is bad. Like, this isn't, like, you shouldn't be hyped
no,
about
this is bad.
Like, this is due for an oil change right now.
Yeah,
like,
that's my favorite part, though, when the guy comes around and shows you the thing, and it's like, you should get an oil change, and it's like, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, usually if the guy's showing you, it's because you need to do more than an oil change.
No. Usually at the very start, they come by and they're like, see, it's pretty bad. And then they change it and then they show you and they're like, see, it's pretty good.
Oh.
But it all looks the fucking same to me.
Yeah, that's not our policy. Yeah. Our policy is you look at it and if it's fine, you drain it. And if it's all black, you go, hey, this is all black. You got a bunch of carbon buildup inside your engine.
They always show me both times and I'm like,
that's so funny.
Sick. Like, go. Yeah. No, I'm here for an oil change. That's what a coincidence.
Yeah, we just show afterwards. We're like, look, it's full. Like we said.
You go, okay, good. That's all right. Mm-hmm. I know. The other thing about the election is some people voted for Kanye.
I love that. I'm so happy. Do you, like, I know he kept saying that he thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
But do you actually think he thought he was going to win?
Well, I think really famous people who with that, that kind of status and money are in a different world.
Yeah.
Like he's not in touch with reality.
Yeah, I guess.
To that degree. Like to him, like there are millions of people who would vote for him.
I guess, yeah. He probably just looked at his... He
doesn't really think it through.
As he looked at like his Twitter and like his album sales and stuff and was like, there's people calling me a god. Like all these people love me. Like I have millions of followers. Like all my followers would vote for me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, wow.
That makes sense.
No. When he's talking, I'm sure he was just trolling everyone when he was like 2024.
Oh God. I bet.
But if he's gonna do 2024, he should definitely wait till like the months leading up to the election to start trying to get on the ballot again. I think that was a good strategy. Spend like millions of dollars trying and failing to get on the ballot in some states.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
I didn't even look into the Kanye
He just
thing.
really tried hard, but he would like, you have to get so many signatures, and there was allegations that like all the, it was like John Smith a bunch of times, like it was fake names.
Oh, good
just
Lord.
Like dumb, like all in the same handwriting, and like so there was a bunch of thought that he was trying to like fucking like fake his way in, and he didn't, and he didn't even get on the ballot for.
That's so funny.
And he voted for himself, of course.
Of course he did.
I mean, so does everyone.
Yeah. I wonder if Melania voted for Trump.
I wonder that too.
Like, I genuinely wonder that. Have you seen that picture of him, like, creeping over in her ballot?
Yeah. Apparently that's from 2016, which is also not surprising.
Yeah.
If I was her, I wouldn't vote Trump.
Me neither.
I would be like, I don't like this life.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, we're moving to Europe after this,
Did you hear her fucking like video or her voice call or whatever they got recorded? Yeah. I love that, bro. I don't understand why people were mad about that. I'm like 100%. That's how I would feel too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got me holding these dumb fucking things. I have to wear stupid clothes and like show up to this bullshit because some man paid to marry me a while ago and then decided to become president. Like, what the fuck? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would feel pretty not good about the whole thing and be like, this. First of all, I'm married to you. I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
Second of all, what is this world we're living in right now? Yeah, well, good for her.
Yeah, proud of her for sticking. What do you think would have happened if she divorced him halfway through the term? Do you think
it
people would have
amazing?
Do you think people would have not voted for him?
I don't know.
Do you think the conservative Christians would?
They would have vilified her as some kind of like
Yeah.
Satan.
Yeah, because that's the interesting thing to me about like not just this election, but like just life in general. Like people's abilities to like go against their own like deep seated beliefs when it's convenient for them.
Oh yeah.
Like if Trump got divorced, none of the religious right should vote for him because he's blasphemous. Like he's going against the church.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, he's the guy.
Like, well, thank God he divorced the devil herself.
Yeah, exactly. And like obviously a bunch of other stuff that he's done is very against the
and that's always but that would be a blatant one, right?
Yeah.
Everything else they can say, well, that's what people say.
Yeah, and like, oh, there's an interpretation. But yeah, like a clear, solid, evident, like against, like, oh, I wish like a sex tape of him and a man came out or something.
What I'm really hoping for is that when this is all over and he's not protected by the office anymore, that like his life becomes a nightmare and everything just falls apart.
Yeah,
because he's got a lot of things that like his life seems to be teetering on the fucking brink in some case. Like
it's going to be coming crashing down once he's out of office. Because also, what's he going to do? Like, has he been running his businesses, or is he going to go back to that, or like what's his?
He's supposed to have not been, but I guess he will be.
But he's just going to go back then and be like, "No, I'm taking back over."
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Which, good for him. Fucking orange piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, what a wild world we live in.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the other big news that everyone has been obviously about is the COVID?
Yeah.
Have you been watching the Nordic country or the Nordic countries as of late?
No.
So everyone's been fucking jerking off Switzerland for how good they've been at COVID.
It drives me crazy.
Oh, they've been so good. So fantastic. Anyone who believes that, before proceeding, hit pause right now. Google COVID Norway or COVID Finland, then come back.
And then hit play.
For those of you who already know, 21,000 cases November 3rd in Finland.
Oh, damn.
They hadn't had over 500 before the month of November in a single day.
Shit, that's crazy.
21,000. I talked to my brother, lives in Norway, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because Norway was the same thing, never over like 500, and then they had like 1,100 like every day for the last like week or two.
Oh, damn.
And he's like, yeah, well, everyone here, like, or at least where he was at, he's like, everyone's kind of outside. They ride their bikes to and from work, and it's like a really chill thing. But now that it's cold, no one is riding their bikes.
Oh.
Everyone takes public transit because barely anyone owns cars. So everyone's in public transit. No masks, no regulations, no social distancing, like no limitations on group gatherings. So now that there's no outside shit, everyone's meeting inside and doing all their shit, going to movie theaters, going to fucking restaurants.
That's crazy. Yeah.
21,000 cases in a day.
It's a lot of cases.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of cases.
Yeah, for this country that was being hailed as like look, they didn't do anything. They're not wearing masks and it's no problem there. And it's like, guess what?
Wow.
As soon as they stopped social distancing.
Yeah, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, because they just naturally social distanced in that country because it's the way of life.
Yeah, and you got some bad COVID news about your event.
Oh, fuck me.
Man, what the hell?
Today,
that sucks.
Today I got the news that we are not going to be approved for our liquor license as according to bylaws, public gatherings of 15 or more are.
So what I don't get is like
that the comedy clubs and the restaurants can do it.
So 20 people can go to a restaurant, but
like 200 people can be in a restaurant as long as they're 6 feet apart. But if I, at my event, make sure everyone's 6 feet apart, use a restaurant's cooks and the restaurant staff And literally, we were gonna order like liquor from their distributor. Like it was literally, we were just moving the restaurant for like a small portion of the restaurant for a night to do it here. And we were keeping tables 6 feet apart. Like everything was under the same regulations that I have to follow at the restaurant that I work at. And they were just like, nah, cool for restaurants, not for you.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I get the distinction because they don't want to close businesses, but like, fuck.
Yeah, it just sucks.
That sucks big time. So I'm hoping things don't start changing for us again because,
yeah, I mean, it really sucks. It's been brutal.
we put a ton of work into it. Yeah.
And some money.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I had to refund a bunch of tickets today.
Oh, fuck.
And so now I just had to fucking eat dick on all the costs for advertising and printing and graphic design and the website, and there's fees from Eventbrite that they take. And
yeah. Holy crap. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking COVID.
So
she's a cruel mistress.
Yeah. I'm happy that I didn't. We were talking at the beginning of this. Well, I wasn't. Drew and I were talking about it, and he's like, bro, let's try and like Ponzi scheme this. Just like sell, and then when you get tickets, like use that money for like the advertising or whatever.
Oh man.
And then I was like, I think I'm just gonna. I don't want to spend any money that I don't already have.
Yeah.
So like, I just put my own money into it at least, and like it was. I don't have money that I can lose.
Yeah.
But it's not money that I didn't have available to me and now need to pay someone else back for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, it sucks.
Yeah.
It just sucks to spend a month's rent on literally nothing.
On zero
Literally zero, nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Net total zero.
Oh, man.
On receiving some emails from some people that they would like to have gone to the event.
Just pretend it was a table game and you lost. Like, I put a bunch of money on red and it fucking came up orange.
Yeah.
Which isn't even a fucking thing you can come up.
Yeah. I put money on red and it came up COVID.
Yeah. And it was blackjack. What?
Yeah, I put $50 on red, and then the fucking dealer got a straight flush.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. Fuck. Oh my god. How are you with masks? Are you like okay with masks?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think it's the least we can do. It's like the most minor inconvenience.
Dude, I haven't had a problem until the other day when I had a big yawn and almost fucking inhaled it. I was just I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's really jarred me. I wasn't expecting it.
That's so funny.
Kind of like,
That's funny. I had one. This was my worst experience. Was you have to wear one at the gym now. You can take it off while you're exercising, but other than that, you have to wear it at all times. And so I was whatever, fine. And then I got into the locker room and took it off to like take my shirt off. And then I went and put it back on, and it was like soaking wet, and I was just like, "Oh!" Like it's like putting on like a shirt that's sweaty that you've already taken off. You're like, "Oh, it wasn't this gross when it was on me.
Why is it so cold?"
Yeah, like how did it get so much grosser so fast?
I read an article about like, should you wear a mask when working out? And I hadn't really thought about it. And the article was kind of like, well, like it's going to get pretty wet. And I hadn't thought about it. And I was like, oh, because I sweat a lot.
Me too.
I'd be like,
yeah, it's nasty. Like the strings were wet. And like my whole, and in my beard, like when I took it off, I could see like droplets like all in my beard. Like it looked like someone like sprayed my beard with like a shower, like one of those misty shower heads. It's just like this glow, moisture, like dewy morning.
Oh my god!
Sweat.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, it was pretty
dewy.
Gross. It was pretty nasty. So I didn't enjoy that experience much.
Yeah,
and like I sweated them a little bit at work, but
yeah, in the summer it was like I sweat a lot. So in the summer on the really hot days, I'd be like, I'm gonna die, but. It's actually, I really like it now on my walk home from work because it's like, it keeps my face warm.
Yep. Yeah, man, I have a couple snowboard like bandanas.
Oh yeah.
And so I've been using those, and it's actually nice. Like in the mornings, it's cold when I have to get up to go to work now. So just put on like a fleecy like bandana with a little hole to breathe through, and I'm like, this is perfect.
The little hole to breathe through is the concerning part.
Yeah, but
but that's good. Yeah, no, it's like it keeps me warm now, which I'm actually pretty stoked on. Because at first I was like, this is gonna, I don't know. In the summer I was like, it's pretty hot. But now I'm like, oh, sick. I should get one for my ears and one to put on top of my head and like my neck. And like,
wait a second.
Hold on. I could call it a toque or something.
Toque, face warmer, neck warmer.
Yeah, that would be good.
Balaclava.
Call it what it does. Yeah.
Can you wear
balaclava?
Can you wear a balaclava into a grocery store? Will they allow that? Is that a face covering?
Yeah. Well, you should be allowed to. It's the most safe one you can get.
You can only see my eyes.
Dude, at where I work, there's been like a bunch of suspicious people lately, and so everyone's kind of tense. There's been like people walking around the building, and like so we had some security training and all this, and so everyone's a little bit on edge, and we all have like IDs and stuff.
Yeah.
And to get up in the elevator, you have to swipe your ID before you can hit the floor. And someone thought I was a suspicious person the other morning.
Nice.
I was like waiting for her to swipe her thing so we could press the button, and she's like, "Do you have your pass?" And I was like, "Oh shit." Looking even more sketchy by being like, "Oh fuck, where did I put
it?" Yep, right there.
I'm like, sick, man. So I'm like masked up, jacket like up to here, but I should have had a balaclava on too. Like, excuse me, sir. Can I see your pass?
Let me see the pass. That's funny. Yeah, we had a full-on heroin addict sleeping in our stairwell the other day.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it was good. I liked that.
How did that go down?
We were walking, we were going out this was a couple weeks ago, I guess, because it would have been October. We were just going out to smoke a J.
Nice.
And we opened the door, and there's just a dude like standing, staring at a corner.
Oh, man.
And then we came back, and he was like huddled up, and I was like, if he's still here tomorrow, I'll call the cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to. I feel bad because I'm like, I know that this guy is just fucked up and like trying to find a warm place to not die.
Yeah.
But also like, get out of my goddamn building, you bum.
Yeah, maybe
like
do it somewhere else.
Don't do heroin and then come hang out at my house. Like
Yeah.
that's not what I'm about.
Yeah.
I pay money to live here. You don't get to come be a heroin addict in it for free. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's just not how it works.
We already have a heroin addict here.
Yeah, we already have one. And really it's just
he's not socialized yet, so
yeah.
Take him to the heroin addict
It's
park.
like the tent city downtown. That's
Yeah,
been a
so
point of
that's all-
contention.
So that's all over now, which is good.
Is it?
Yeah, they've got them in some. They've opened up some more shelter spaces and stuff. So they've like transitioned those camps away. I'm glad because.
But there's still a bunch of tents down.
I think it's like they're on the like in the process of taking it all apart, or I don't know.
It's good because I drove by the other day and there's still a bunch of tents down there.
Yeah, that whole thing was crazy.
Yeah,
But we get vicious winters, so.
Yeah.
Like, man.
I've never understood like how Edmonton even maintains a homeless population. Like I really would assume that they would pass away in the winter. Like if I didn't have a house, I don't think I would be able to survive the winter.
Well, thankfully, there are a lot of like supports and stuff, and there's a lot of like shelters and a lot of places, for them to get out of the cold when they have to, which it gets sad, but it's nice that the infrastructure is there to like keep people. But oh man, I couldn't imagine trying to like make it through a winter.
Yeah.
And
like, there's no way because you hear about shelters closing down and like not having enough beds and leaving people out and like, what?
Yeah, that'd be a rough life, man.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I just don't know how they do it. Like those guys are fucking survivors.
Oh my God.
Those are the dudes that are gonna pass on. Like once there's a natural disaster that wipes the rest of us out, like they're gonna keep the species going.
I'm a puss. If there's a big natural disaster and I have to like survive on my own,
yeah, man. What do you think it's gonna be? What's your prediction?
An asteroid.
I think it's gonna be an asteroid. I think it's gonna be Yellowstone, baby.
Oh, Yellowstone, because I know why.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was gonna be Yellowstone before that.
But that book has. I remember that brief history of nearly everything having a big piece on Yellowstone being like so overdue.
Yeah.
And it's an old book.
But it's also like, it's also huge. Like size
like,
of
super volcano.
it is. That's the insane part. That when I realized that, I was like, oh, that's what's gonna fuck us up.
Yeah.
Like, if that thing blows, it's a like
an asteroid's gonna come down and hit it.
that's also what I thought. I was like, dude, if an asteroid smokes that. And then I was watching Goldmember, Austin Powers last night, and the whole plot, I totally forgot about this, but the whole plot is to cause an asteroid to hit the ice caps to melt them. That's the whole plot. They get an asteroid, they're going to bring a tractor beam to have an asteroid, and then as it heats up through the atmosphere, it's going to like catch on fire, melt the ice caps, and flood the earth.
Oh my.
And Dr. Evil's going to survive in his submarine.
Oh, Dr. Evil.
And I was like, yo, that's kind of plausible.
Yeah. I was a huge Austin Powers fan when it first came out. Oh man.
Those movies.
I remember going for one birthday to see the first one come out. Yeah, I think I went and saw it. That was back in the day when you would potentially go see a movie more than once in the theater and not go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Dude, they're so funny. They're like, I don't know. They're silly, but they're funny.
Well, yeah, it's a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Like fucking people. Come on, man.
Dude, the part still gets me with the mole when he just is like, mole. Nice to mole you. Meet you.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Myers is great.
Oh, so
He's
good.
been quiet lately. What's he doing, I wonder?
Yeah, we were talking about this. Actually, I was talking with my buddies on my other buddies who were doing Sober November with me. We had to FaceTime because we were all bored. My buddy Snapchatted us and he's like, bro, like not drinking during COVID is the fucking worst.
Oh.
He's like, any other time it wouldn't be so bad, but like right now, this is like there's just nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah. And so we were like, let's just FaceTime. So we just chatted for like half an hour.
Nice.
And I brought up Goldmember and we were talking about Mike Myers. And my buddy was saying that apparently he's a huge prick to work with.
Oh, really?
So now like no one wants to work with him anymore.
Oh.
And it's like he's just sitting on Shrek money at this point.
Which, to be fair, is probably a good amount of money.
Yeah. But I was like, bro, how do you not act like a bit of an asshole? Like after you make Wayne's World and Austin Powers and you're like, dude, I make entire movies alone. Like I play everyone, I write everything, I direct the shit. Like I do it all by myself. So if you have an idea and someone's like, I don't know, Mike, I think we should, you're like, shut the fuck up.
Beat it. Yeah.
We'll talk about this after the box office numbers come through. How about that?
Yeah. We'll talk about this when you're the director.
Yeah. When you're the director and playing 5 of the main characters.
Yeah, when you do all of it, come talk to me.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess, you would be a prick at that point. Like, how do you not be?
Yeah. And also, like, he must have so much money or have made so much money in his career. It's like, people, that's going to change you a little bit.
Yeah.
Some no money having piece of shit is like, what if we did it this way? And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Take out a bunch of money and slap them across the face with it. Give it to them and then take it back.
Like, when was the last time you went thrift shopping? The guy's like a month ago. He's like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. That's too bad that he's a dick, but also, I don't know. Whenever
Lots of people are dicks.
Whenever I hear someone being like, "Oh, this athlete or this celebrity's a dick," I'm always like, "Oh, really?" Like I remember hearing stories about people being like, "Man, I saw Taylor Hall in the bathroom at the movie theater, and like you fucking wouldn't even like shake my hand." It's like you approached him in the bathroom, dude.
Yeah. Also, do you want to shake every person you meet's hand every day?
Yeah. Well, this is pre-COVID when people used to shake hands as a means of saying hello.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to shake every person you see their hand. Like, every single person who walks by you, you want to shake their hand.
But also, where I don't like people talking to me, particularly strangers? The bathroom.
Yeah, public restrooms are not a good place.
So whenever
to
I hear, or I'll hear a story of like a girl would try to get with one of them, like an Oiler or something, but he wasn't nice to her.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
you know how many girls are mean when I try and get with them?
Yeah.
What?
I like calling it mean instead of just like unattracted to me.
Yeah, like
Girl's mean.
She was mean.
All these girls are mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Also, like, at what point do you, like, let being a good guy run your life? You know what I mean?
I know.
Because,
like, no, I'm a good hockey player.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, he's probably a good guy most of the time. Like,
no, I know. That's what I mean. Like, when people, they approach them in these weird scenarios,
Yeah.
and they're like, he was kind of a dick.
It's like, yes.
I woke him out of a dead sleep on the plane and tried to get his autograph, and he was not very nice.
He was pretty rude about it.
Well, fuck, man.
Yeah. That was like Ellen, when people were, like, getting mad at Ellen for being, like, a mean boss. It's
Yeah.
like, but, like, you expect her to act all nice and bubbly the way she is on the show 100% of her whole life?
Yeah, I know. It is kind of lame if, like, someone is like, I'm, like, the nicest person ever. I'm so good. And then it turns out in the background, they're, like, an absolute horror.
But that's every
also,
nice person ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no one is like that. No one is like Ellen is on her show.
And thank God for that.
Like, even the nice people that I know who are very sweet and kind, when they go to work and shit's not going well, they look at their coworkers like, hey, fucktard, let's move it faster. Like, you know what I mean? That's all she's doing.
We actually don't use those words in Starbucks.
Yeah, like,
Alex.
you know what I mean? Like, everyone gets frustrated with their coworkers,
It's called a
especially their
frappuccino,
underlings.
not a fucktard. Dude, speaking of the Oilers, did you hear that George Laraque wants to fight Mike Tyson?
He would get his bell rung.
In like an exhibition, like a little 3-round exhibition or something. But I know, and he knows too. He's not like, I'm a boxer. He knows, but he's like, I really want to. And I think they should do 2 fights, one on skates and one on dry land.
Yeah, they should do one full equipment, like drop the gloves, get the jersey.
Yeah, let Iron Mike try and do it on skates. I would like to see that.
Oh, can you imagine getting bare knuckled by Mike Tyson though?
Oh fuck.
Even on skates.
Yeah.
He could be on his back and KO you.
Laraque was like, yeah, like if you were to fight him, like you know that if you go and try and like give him a good shot, like he's gonna do it back.
Yeah, he will counter punch.
If it's a nice little exhibition, and then you kind of you start feeling yourself, and you.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're knocking points, that's fine. But the second you come with like a big overhand right, good night, fella.
Here's my big right hand. It's like, here's fucking mine, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, put your hands up. It's not gonna help.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've like always been terrified about boxing is like their only defense is to put their own hands in front of their face. It's like, dude, if Mike Tyson punched my own fist into my face, it would knock me out.
Yeah. Well, it's the same in MMA. You see guys like go for a head kick and like, oh, he checked it. It's like, yeah, you blocked the head kick with your arm.
Yeah, it's an arm kick now.
Yeah, like it still should
He landed
hurt.
a huge arm kick.
Oh, he blocked that one. No biggie. It's like, no biggie. or like when they're like booting their legs and like, oh, he checked that leg kick. He's like, he still kicked him in the leg though.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, well, Rogan was saying that he spars with his kids and he'll like bare leg check their leg kicks. And he's like, because I can handle like their hardest leg kick. But he's like, but they need to learn that it hurts to kick someone still. Like just because you're landing a kick doesn't mean that like it doesn't hurt the shit out of your leg.
Yeah, well, that's the argument against like sports today versus sports back in the day, where if say football, for example, if you have a leather helmet and you know that there's going to be some pretty interesting consequences if you go head first, you're probably not going head first to hit someone. Yeah. If you're wearing a bunch of equipment, and in hockey's the same way, if you're wearing a bunch of stuff that makes you practically bulletproof and you're not going to get hurt from throwing that huge hit. Meanwhile, you see guys even from like, the 90s, those little tiny shoulder pad, like the Brendan Shanahan, like and you see those guys throwing huge hits, like it's like that must hurt.
Yeah.
But if you're brought into it with no real consequences, and you're just kind of like, I don't feel it when I hit someone, this sport's gonna get more violent.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was kind of my like. I remember in high school, there was always the rugby guys always wanted to be tougher than the football guys, and the football guys always wanted to be tougher than the rugby guys. And that was always my argument, was like, football hits are harder because the person hitting is not worried about hurting themselves.
Yeah.
They're going full bore and literally, like, it's called ear holing. They drive their face mask into the ear hole of your helmet, like, as you come across the middle to try and knock you the fuck out.
Oh my
it's
God.
like, that's not...
Yeah.
It's not happening in rugby. Yeah, rugby can be worse because there's no equipment and like all this shit.
But
like,
it makes sense that once you add equipment, people are gonna take more risks.
Yeah, it's gonna just become harder.
The logical progression is like, yeah, it's gonna get more intense now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you think is skateboarding? Like, where are you more willing to do a fucking 12-foot jump just on the skateboard? If you pad up and you're wearing impact shorts and a helmet and elbow pads and wrist guards, like, probably gonna be a little less intimidated by it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Whenever I see videos of like for like a point of view going, like dropping into these gigantic half pipes, it makes me fucking, oh my God, my stomach. I'm like, oh, that would be so scary.
Bro, have you seen that like 12-year-old girl that's been training with Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Yo, I forget her name. I followed her on Instagram. She's crazy good, bro. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. She's hitting like Danny Way gaps. She's 12.
It's insane.
Nuts.
Yeah. That's actually the video I was talking about.
Yeah.
You're up there and you see her like psyching herself up to go, and I put myself in that position. I was like, oh man, I'd be looking for the stairs out this motherfucker, because you can't even just like playfully slide down that. It's like,
yeah. Dude, skateboarding is so scary to me because it's, I don't know, like snowboarding I don't care because it's attached to my feet, but skateboarding I'm like, this thing can get away from me mid-air and like I'm done.
Mid-air, yeah.
I'm done.
Oh man,
it's like snowboarding, as long as I land with my feet down, I know that I'm okay. But it's a skateboard. I can land with my feet exactly where they're supposed to be, and this thing could have tilted and twisted up, and my ankles are both gone forever.
Yeah, man.
Like,
it's so crazy. No. And like, oh man. People that like got into like BMXing or skateboarding when they were kids, they're all beat up and like
BMXing is crazy too. It's like, that thing weighs more than you. Like, that'll hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of metal on that to go through lots of parts of your body.
Yeah.
I've seen people get some pegs in some pretty bad spots. Yeah. Didn't like it.
Yeah, getting pegged is brutal, man.
I started watching old snowboard videos on Amazon Prime. Well, not old. I guess I'm old. But they're pretty cool. I got Amazon Prime, and I've just been like torturing myself since the day it snowed. I'm like, come on, open the hills. Let's do it.
Nice. Yeah, well, we should be getting some snow this weekend, I think.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is another funny. Speaking of snowboarding, I follow a bunch of these guys on Instagram that do like crazy stuff. And they'll have like weird names like Torstein Horgmo and Jussi Oksanen. They're all from like wherever they're the Nordic country.
Yeah, those fucking COVID having motherfuckers.
Literally, I said I put a comment. I tagged Charles in it because me and him go snowboarding every once in a while, and I tagged him and one of my other buddies, and I was like, "Oh, I got some new tricks for us to learn." And these dudes doing like insane shit. And then Charles was like, "Why doesn't gravity work?" Then I answered back. I was like, "I don't know, man. These freaky Nords have different gravity. These freaky Nordic people have different gravity than us." And Instagram flagged my comment. It's called inappropriate because it was racist because I called them freaky Nordic people.
Oh my God. Freaky deaky Dutch.
I just had to take out the word freaky and repost it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Man, they're really in there. Hey?
Yeah. And then I commented on one of like, oh yeah, there's this other, it was like the Oklahoma drill in football, which if you don't know what it is, basically you start on your backs and then the coach whistles and then there's a running back and a defender and you basically start on your back, stand up and just smash into each other.
Oh.
And it's the funnest drill ever. And then so it's like a football account that I follow, and it's like tag someone you would smash in this drill or whatever. And so I tagged Peter Sender, who is a fullback for the Edmonton Eskimos, and I said, "Pad up."
Edmonton football team.
All right, sorry, the Edmonton football team.
Pad up.
Whoops. Yeah, I wrote "pad up, you bitch," and then it came up, and it was like before it even posted. Like I clicked post, and then it had like a warning that popped up that was like, "This post is similar, or this comment is similar to a comment you've been flagged for in the past. Are you sure you want to continue?"
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, so calling people freaky Nordic folk and saying "pad up, bitch" is now
man, you are a racist.
inappropriate on social media.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That. Okay.
Right?
I think in the second one, social media was just trying to save you from an ass whooping. They're like, "Are you sure you want to call him a bitch?" 'Cause
Like, from your profiles, it seems like
hey, he plays for the Edmonton football team, doesn't he?
like, you don't play for
Which
any
team do you
football
play for? Oh my god.
Yeah. So I don't know. Social media is getting out of hand. Also, like, I can't find videos of people dying on the internet anymore.
Poor Alex.
It's impossible to find every time, because not every time, but when there would be like strange either like celebrity deaths or like video recorded deaths or whatever, you used to be able to find them, and now the content's all been removed within like an hour. You can't watch people die anymore.
Really? Oh, I saw a weird thing today. So a few streaming services have brought Chappelle Show on board, and they secretly took out an episode.
Which one?
The one where Dave Chappelle goes to the internet as if it's a real place, and Ron Jeremy shows him around. And because it's Ron Jeremy, and he's had all these accusations and all these allegations against him,
They took it out?
They just like yanked the whole episode.
Oh my!
And I guess that's a thing that's happening now more, where people are going back into their catalogs. And I guess there's a bunch of South Parks that have the Prophet Muhammad, and so they took those all out.
Yeah.
There is. I'm kind of on the fence if I should even say that, because I might get David Cross and the other guy murdered by terrorists. But in Mr. Show, they show the Prophet Muhammad in one episode.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Must have been. I guess no one watched Mr. Show back then.
That's funny. Did you hear about the Canadian comedian who got in some hot water?
No.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it on the podcast. Only because it's for the comedian's sake, not because. But basically, he got in some hot Instagram water.
Oh, I think
and one of the pages, I actually sent them a message about it, and they replied. I was shocked, but it was like one of these like fucking meme pages with like hundreds of thousands of followers, like retweeting his shit and like calling them a racist and stuff. And then on that dude's page, like 9 pictures down, like one of those Twitter screenshots, him dropping the N-bomb. Just fully like, and he's like,
that's the worst.
The song is like, you know that song like, that's the shit up, like?
Yeah.
So he was using that line, but he just wrote the whole thing out.
And this is a
like,
guy calling someone else a racist.
Yeah, calling someone else out on the internet for being racist, trying to get him taken down, like putting on a story like, what should we do about this guy? Like hundreds of thousands of followers tagging him, like tagging the CBC and Just for Laughs, and like being like, you need to take this guy's content down and stuff. And he's all in his comments calling people the N-word. Like it's all over there. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You fucking hypocrite.
Oh my God.
Like you.
That's the idiot. Internet though, right?
And then he came back, and so I sent him a message, and I just like sent him a thing. I was like, big anti-racist guy, hey? And then he like responded back, and he's like, I never said I was an activist. I was like, yeah, bro, but you're a fucking huge hypocrite right now. Like I first of all hate cancel culture in the first place, and second of all, what you're doing is so much more racist than what this guy said. Like a million times more racist than what this guy said. He didn't even say anything racist.
Yeah. Like, what did he say back? Like, what did this guy say back?
He was just like, whatever, if you don't like it, leave, bro. And then he took the post down that said the N-word.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's the internet in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's like got a whole community up in arms. He's like reposting people like death threats sent to the comedian. He's like reposting them and like,
oh my God.
Yeah, it's like all these dudes being like, oh yeah, I hope he comes to our hood. Like I'll fucking bust him up with the M80. Like let's make a trip down to his town and fuck this guy up. And this dude's like reposting all of these posts and he's got like hundreds of thousands of followers. And then meanwhile, he's just dropping N-bombs left, right, and center as if it's not a big deal.
That's so stupid.
It's like, fuck you, fuck your cancel culture, fuck your hypocrisy. Like, this is all so stupid.
That's really dumb. Yeah, the whole like internet public shaming thing is...
Yeah, I just basically said, I was like, bro, take my messages. I was like, whatever. Like, you can take this however you want. Like, I don't even think the joke is that good. And I also do see like how it would offend people, which is fine. But like... don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Like the internet doesn't take kind of racism or hypocrisy, and you're in the public eye promoting both while trying to shut someone else down.
Yeah.
Like, get stuffed, idiot.
Yeah, no, that's so... and there's so many people like that online.
Yeah. Most of them.
Yeah.
Anyone getting upset about things comedians say on stage is exactly that person.
Yeah.
It's like they do way worse stuff. That's the other. It's like the consequences of the things that they do in real life are for some reason in their head totally justifiable, but some fucking on-stage performance is taken as gospel by them for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, I don't understand when comedy became, first of all, even subject to criticism. Like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, it's...
You can't say that.
It's set aside. It's set out of the range. Dude, if you do plays... no problem. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you do TV or movies, you can literally full on have a rape scene in a movie. The girl with the dragon tattoo has like one of the most vulgar, like realistic rape scenes I've ever seen. Ooh. And it's totally fine to play that in theaters across the country. Yeah. But if you make a joke about rape or religion or whatever, then all of a sudden,
you're
like,
the bad guy.
You need to be shut the fuck down. Like, okay, then shut down every single... I want every movie with a rape scene, every single drama with a rape scene to be cut from all streaming platforms, if that's the fucking case.
Yeah.
Or let us tell our fucking jokes and shut your goddamn mouth.
Yes. Okay, your passion right now reminded me of something I saw today. The people who did The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary, are doing Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
Just shut your mouth. That's they're doing.
Shut your mouth.
Oh man, Stone Cold was the shit back in those days.
Yeah,
man.
he was.
And like,
did you see the Randy Orton? I watched wrestling in like grade 5 a little bit and 6. Like I wasn't big into it, but I saw one that made me laugh because I remembered this. It was when Randy Orton went to the Undertaker's like casket and was like talking shit or whatever, and then he just choked him and like threw him over the casket. It was that, but it was fucking Trump and Biden. He like comes over and they edited that stupid like Trump face on, and then Biden's eyes just open. Like, oh my God, he's alive. He's not dead.
I used to love wrestling when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Undertaker, his Paul Bearer, like his manager guy, just like was so much skin, and he would just be all shaking, and I remember being like terrified by how all this moving skin, being like, what the fuck? Why is he so? What's going on with that guy?
I was terrified of Kane. I liked him, and then when he took his mask off and he was all weird looking, I was like, I don't like him anymore.
I was a Hulkamaniac when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Brother, these 22-inch pythons, brother!
What you gonna do?
Buddy, have you watched the documentary about his, like, sex scandal?
No.
Oh, my God. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
Bro, it's so funny because he's, whatever his real name is.
Mm-hmm. Terry Bollea.
Yeah. So Terry Bollea is on trial. And so the like defense obviously is to like keep Terry Bollea there and keep the Hollywood Hulk Hogan as like an entirely separate human being who Terry Bollea talks about in third person.
Oh.
So like he's like Yeah, I mean, because there's something where like Hulk Hogan. Oh no, maybe it wasn't a sex scandal. What the fuck was it? It was something about his sex tape.
It was a sex tape.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. His sex tape got released, and then some shit. I can't remember, but he was in court for it.
Yeah.
And there's this one part where he's like, Hulk Hogan has a 10-inch penis. Terry Bollea does not have a 10-inch penis. Like, it's because
Oh my God.
But like part of it is because like in the thing he's like dirty talking, he's saying all this shit, but to be like, no, see, it's not me who was doing that, it was Hulk Hogan doing it.
What you gonna do with
like
this 10-inch python?
Yeah, he's like, this 10-inch python, baby. You. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I don't have a 10-inch penis. Terry Bollea does not have a 10-inch penis.
Oh my God. Well, like,
it's Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
It looks like Hulk Hogan, but he's not talking
Hulk
like
Hogan's
Hulk Hogan.
packing. Hulk Hogan's packing. Terry Bollea, pretty average.
It's so
Pretty
funny.
average.
And like the whole movie is like it's
Oh my
so
God.
funny. It's not meant to be funny. It's supposed to be a sad, tragic story about how like his life got ruined by like the public eye or whatever. And there's like some other people in it too. I feel like I watched this a long time ago now, but it was like it was one of those weird, like, have you ever seen that Hot Coffee movie?
No.
It's about the chick who spilt hot coffee on her crotch and then sued McDonald's.
Yeah.
But it's from the angle of like, she's right. Like the class action lawsuits, like all the class action lawsuits are being like misrepresented in the media. And it's like,
I mean,
and then I watched it and I was like, yeah, you guys really didn't do a good job convincing me. Like, this sounds like, and
I'll have a coffee, please. It's hot. What?
Yeah. And like her whole argument was like, because it was overfilled and she took the lid off to let it cool or to like put her own sugar or some shit in and then spilt it on herself because it was overfilled.
God.
And there kept being like, and she had severe burns on her legs and she had to whatever. And if the coffee wasn't overfilled, then she wouldn't have had to have those burns and those medical bills. So they're completely liable. And it's like, oh my God, like this is a movie made by lawyers.
Yeah, yeah.
What is happening?
By lawyers, for lawyers.
Yeah, like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, there's so much. Oh my God, that sort of stuff just makes me like disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, these people think they're right. They're out here thinking they're right.
Yeah.
And like they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you made
want you to know that you're
whole
wrong.
movie. You made a whole movie thinking you're right.
Yeah, it's like, well, I've thought I've wasted my time sometimes, but at least I didn't make a movie like this.
Yeah. Oh, there's some good watches. If you got some time, check. I forget what the Terry Bollea one is,
I'm
but
sure, easy enough to find. He's just a gross old flabby dude now. Although I shouldn't body shame.
No, don't body.
So Anderson Cooper called Trump. He said he looked like an obese turtle laying on his back in the sun, like struggling to whatever. And it was kind of funny. But then I saw on the internet a whole bunch of people were like, that's fat shaming. Calling him an obese turtle, that's fat shaming. And they also said it was fat phobic. So I looked up what fat phobia is, and it's what it sounds like. It's like being like very uncomfortable around fat people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, everyone's mad.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I don't know.
Fat phobic. That's fat shaming. He's talking about. He's saying he's a turtle.
Yeah, I don't know.
An obese turtle.
Yeah,
and Donald Trump is fat. So
I know it's funny that like pointing out someone. I forget whose joke this is. I think it might be a famous person's, but it's about how like your doctor can call you fat, just like to your face.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, because you are.
Yeah.
You can call fat people fat. They're fat.
Well, it's like
you can call people what they are. I don't understand.
They say obese, that makes us an object, not a person. It's like, no, that's just like a
term. It's a medical term for people who have more body fat than is like healthy to have.
Yeah. I just thought that was so funny. Like, amidst all of this like
I've
craziness,
made some people upset this
like,
episode.
I can't believe you would like you didn't have to fat shame him to say that. Like, well, you didn't
have to, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Called him a fat turtle. Like
He's a big fat turtle.
A fat turtle on his back. Like that's I mean, that's very creative.
Mm-hmm.
Points for creativity, I think.
Also,
don't be fat phobic.
Do you know what I think why people get upset about getting made fun of for being fat? Because they're ashamed of being fat, which means that you know that it's not good, which means that me pointing out that it's not good is not something you don't know. So it's not being fat phobic. It's pointing some shit out that you already know about, fam. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's like calling me a douche. Like, yeah, I know, bro. Like, it's not an insult. I'm fucking aware.
Yeah, bro.
Go on. Like, that's all you got to say.
Yeah, I work out.
Oh, I haven't been, but I started again, and now I hurt.
The wet mask, though, that's... I should wear a mask the next time I run on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And just take it off at the end.
And then put it back on.
Yeah. Take it off. Put it back on.
Yeah, just to feel
I can already
what I felt.
Yeah, I can already guess that it not good.
It's literally like imagine it's like putting on your bathing suit again. You ever do that?
Oh,
where
yeah,
you like
yeah.
take your bathing suit off and then you're like, oh shit, I have to go like wherever out of the change room. You put it back on. You're like, why did it get so cold in
like, how did it get so cold? I'm in the room with it and I'm not cold. Like, where's this? Did I put
how
it down?
It wetter than me all of a sudden?
Yeah. Did someone else take these for a swim since I took them off?
For an ice bath with these?
I'm just like, what could possibly have made them like they're fucking practically solid ice?
And not in the place where you want solid ice to be.
Nope. It was cold. That's why.
I'm sorry. No, I swear. It's usually bigger than this, but I took them off and then put them back on.
Yeah. I'm a grower, not a shower, and I don't feel like showing.
Look, all right. Hulk Hogan's a shower. I just put on a wet... Dairy Bolea just put on a wet bathing suit.
Hulk Hogan's a shower. Jim Kerr, average sized dude. Hulk Hogan, though? Fucking... That's too good, man. That's too good.
All right, we got 4 minutes to we're at the hour mark. You want to plug some stuff and get out of here?
Yes. At Kersey, at Yeg Stand Up. Follow those things. And we have a show on November the 14th at the Grindstone. Go to Yeg Stand Up for the deets.
Hell yeah. You can go to yegholiday.ca to see the format of what the show would have been like if we were to have it. The website will be up for a few more months. I've already paid for that. But if you do want to see me at some shows that are actually happening, I will be at the Edmonton Tapes November 14th at the Grindstone Theatre. And then I will be at the House of Comedy in BC. New Westminster, I believe, is where it actually is. The Lower Mainland, Vancouver and area type place. And then I will be in Grand Prairie.
So will I.
Oh, yeah, you're coming with me. GNC, the 25th, baby.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
25th of November. And then I have one more gig booked that I can't remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's out there, folks.
So go to comedyaf.com if you're ever wondering.
And we post funny clips now from the show on our Instagrams and Facebooks. So follow us
at AF Comedian,
at Kersey,
and at YEG Podcast.
Yes.
Get it.
Bye.